Happy Pride Month, everybody. This is the Sliders Review. I'm here today to talk to you about how I was right. There is an LGBT character in Ultraviolet and Black Scorpion. It's just not who I thought it was. See, I've been reviewing every episode for the 10 that's on Disney Plus, and I skipped 5 through 7 only because those are teeny bopper type episodes and not really superhero-y type stuff. So, since the first episode, I assumed that Violet, also known as Ultraviolet, might have been Disney Channel's second LGBT character. Because in the first episode, here's the thing. There's been certain clues. Like in her room, when she was walking, she has rainbows on her shoes, and the camera focused on her shoes specifically. And so I'm just like, the pride flag is a rainbow. And I know a rainbow can just be a rainbow, but in today's time, normally if you see a rainbow somewhere, it normally means that. And also in her room, there's a vertical picture poster type thing of a vertical rainbow flag looking thing that looks very similar to the pattern of the pride flag with that little triangle thing in there. And so I'm just like, okay, that has to be an indication. So as episodes progressed, they keep focusing in her room on that little vertical poster thing that looks like the pride flag. Then when it comes to her and her friend Maya, they're always, whenever they get upset with each other, they're always like, oh, you're my best friend. Oh, I love you so much. Or we've been best friends since the second grade and blah, 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 blah. And they're always looking at each other in a certain way. So I assume, okay, maybe it's her or maybe it's Maya. And then sometimes when it comes to that of Violet, sometimes she dresses like a little teeny boppy girl. And sometimes she dresses slightly boyish and everything. And then other times she dresses very girly and stuff. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know, what's going on? So then in another episode, I think in 5, they focused again on her shoes. And I'm just like, that's so weird. Why are they focusing on her shoes that just so happen to have a rainbow on it, right? Then she lied about kissing a guy. And then so when she had lied about kissing a guy, that upset Maya only because Maya was mad because she used her powers to get in good with Maya's friends and stuff. So then in the 7th episode, the matchmaker episode, where she's trying to hook her her uncle, who's a sub, with her coach. Now, when you look at her coach is very guyish. You can tell there's something up with her and everything. And then so when she's trying to hook those two up and she sends the coach flowers and everything, she's all like, look, man, you ain't my type and everything like that. And so I'm just like, But in that same episode, she's talking to Maya. And she's all like, I think you have a crush on Alex, which is a dude. Now, Alex has never been shown in this show. So I don't even know what Alex looks like. I don't even know why they brought him up. And why they're going to bring up a character that you can't even see. But they confirmed something I was right, kind of. So, and towards the end of the episode, she asked Maya, did you ask Alex out? Are y'all in love now? And she's all like, no, because, and then she says this. She says, no, we're not dating. He is boyfriend material, but Alex is gay. So I'm just like, so my suspicions are somewhat right. There is an LGBT character in the show. This person just hasn't even been shown yet. Oh no, wait, to tell you the truth, I think they did introduce Alex, maybe. Because there was this one episode where Luis had a blog. And in that blog, he said that these group of girls, Maya, Violet, and their group of friends from the sleepover had a crush on this one person. But I forget the person's name that he said. That might have been Alex right then and there. So they did introduce Alex, but he's just a background character type person. So yeah, so I just had to update this one part for the rest of my video after I ended it. Also, there's more indication that Violet might be a lesbian and everything, or bi or something like that, because more rainbow stuff in her locker. She has an actual rainbow. And they made emphasis on that twice in two different episodes. And they keep like bringing all these rainbow things up when it comes to her. And of course, a rainbow could just be a rainbow and everything, but it's just ironic that the rainbow is now associated with that of LGBT and pride and stuff. And this happened to come out around Pride Month, and then they keep showing all this stuff. Now, later on in the season, in episode 10, Lucha Rules, when I remember I said the brother and the brother does like fashion, and I say, that doesn't mean nothing. A straight man can do fashion, but normally isn't like a gay man does like fashion and stuff. That is how sometimes it is, but it's not always like that. Now, her brother, when he's hanging out at the uncle's gym, he sees this one wrestler, and the wrestler mask is like torn, and he said he can fix it. Now, the wrestler's outfit is pretty plain and boring and draft. He looks like a putty from Power Rangers. And so he's all like, he needs something, that shows like who he is and stuff, so he can start winning matches. Because right now he's just a jobber. And so the brother shows some sketches that he's been working on, and he's all like, yes, this one right here. This is who I am in the inside, and I want like that to reflect my outside. But they don't show nobody what it is. And I had a feeling it might be something flamboyant. And so when he makes that outfit and then he comes out in it, it's ultra flamboyant and everything, like very flamboyant. And someone was like, this is who he is in the inside. So then the brother draws a star on his eye. And I'm just like, yeah, there's gotta be something to this. So then the uncle comes over and he's mad. He's not mad per se by the look or the vibe that I'm getting. He's upset because the wrestler changed character design without his permission. That's a bit no-no in wrestling. In wrestling, you have a certain gimmick and it's approved by the boss, and that has to be your gimmick until the higher ups change it for you. And since he did this on his own, he's upset and everything. Kind of like an allegory in the window type thing. But I still think they're planting the seeds that Violet might be like an LGBTQ character. Because, okay, in the Cascada, is that how you say her name? Episode? Cascada, I think. Towards the end, see, Maya's supposed to give a speech at a charity, and she's nervous. And so Ultraviolet tells her, you're beautiful, you're strong, you're like this, you're smart, like you're the nicest person I know, you got this. I'm thinking to myself, okay, why did you tell her she's beautiful if she's just supposed to give a speech? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're planting some seeds here. And, I bet you anything, they're gonna say, like, oh, Disney Channel, very first, like, LGBT, like, superhero. So they're slowly planting those seeds and everything. But they probably don't want to come out and say, because they know a bunch of people are gonna, like, hate on them and stuff. And so, like, I just say, like I said before, just come out and say it and everything. They're gonna have support from people of the LGBT community and those that like support the LGBT community that are not part of that community, And so who cares what the haters have to say and everything? Be bold, be brave. But that's what Disney does. They always like give innuendos to like LGBT characters in like either their shows or the animated movies and stuff, but they never come out and say it because they're afraid of what people might think of them and stuff. And so there's another LGBT reference. So in the Cascada episode, she goes and sneaks away at an event as Ultraviolet. And so her parents tell her brother go up to her room and come get her. So he goes knocking on her door, and he opens the door and he doesn't see her in the room. So then he goes down the hall, knock on another door, and there's like a flash of light in her room. And she comes out. He's all like, where you been? She's all like, oh, I just been in my room and everything. He's like, no, I went in there to check on you. Now he didn't go in the actual room. He just opened the door and looked. And she's like, oh, I was just hiding in the closet. I'm like, hiding in the closet. Now, that is a huge gay reference to a person stuck in the closet and don't want to come out because they are secretly LGBT. And so if she was supposedly hiding in the closet and now she came out the closet and out in the hallway, that makes you wonder. So it's like somebody in the writers are throwing in some clues, man. Out of that, I'm just looking too much into this. But there has to be something because there are all these rainbows in her room, all these rainbows in her locker, rainbow on her shoes. Her friend Maya wore a black dress and then there was some color in it that was like a color of the rainbow. And you know, the fact that she called Maya this beautiful person who's smart and all this other stuff, I'm just like, you know, there's something. There's something, you know. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.